Hello, guys, Piotr here. My pleasure to make an update for you again. This time it's a New York Open. We got some weaker PMI ISM non-manufacturing. Actually, for ISM, I'm sorry, we are waiting for ISM. But what a wonderful world! Everyone and his dog is waiting for the cut all around the world as a response from the central bankers to the coronavirus. So the savings is not allowed. You have to spend. It doesn't matter and doesn't make sense to hold the money on the bank account, right? So looks like for the central bankers and anyone related to the financial market, looks like Santa came early this year. We have a great excuse to cut, right? Well, guys, 50%, of course, I'm joking. But that's the scary thing, right? Again, let me explain and let me be clear. I'm far away from being or from panicking because of the coronavirus, but I'm not that far away panicking from the what kind of the excuse is enough from the central bankers to do whatever they want, and we can still hear around that it's a free market, right? Okay, fair enough. So anyway, the next central banks right here, right now, Bank of Canada and ISM non-manufacturing. So without the further delay, let's jump straight into the charts. Okay, USA, Usdcad daily chart, where we are. It looks better from the monthly chart, to be honest with you. If you want to put me in that context, I still expect dollar much higher. All right, don't forget that we have a OPEC tomorrow, EEA later today. So, well, there is no reason for the Bank of Canada to cut. But if they are going to follow the whole cut panic style we've seen for the last 48 hours, we are going to see the cut. It's probably gonna to have the influence for the Canadian, but then I think we need one more dot, and we need that dot from OPEC. The Russians cannot find the same language with the others when it comes to the cut projections. So well, as long as oil is below 50, I think that USD CAD go higher and oil will go lower, this time below 42 even. If you remember from the beginning of the year, one of my projections. So from the medium long term perspective, I do expect higher levels, especially as long as yearly open right here right now holds, right? So you know, the retest of this bottom of that consolidation or retest of that bottom of that consolidation cannot be ruled out. In both cases I'm going to look to buy some kind of the dips, right? Short term, that's what we are going to discuss right here, right now. But let's have a look what we have from the Canadian Central Bank. Based on the price movement, we have a cut. Yo! 125 versus 175. Estimation was the 25 basis cut. So we got full 50. Now the rhetoric is going to be very important, and of course the market sentiment towards the end of the day, because you know we cannot rule it out a little bit of the lower levels here on USD CAD. And from the intraday perspective, I'm preparing myself to try to go long, right? I would like to see this type of the price action, like quick spike to the downside on the lower time frame, even not 15 but maybe 5 minutes, and quick rejection and move higher. So let's switch lower. Let's have a look if we can get something like that over here, right? In the meantime, guys, what is important is Italy is preparing to close schools and universities. So looks like the things in Europe are going out of the control. Also, we have a second case inside the European Union Parliament in Brussels. That's what I've learned before our meeting. So, you know, the things are really scary, right? But again, don't get me wrong, I'm not panicking here. What I'm panicking about is the central bankers' action. So, again, richer are getting much more richer and poor guys are getting poorer, right? We only have a free market when the direction is aligned with what the central bankers think. Otherwise, if you want to go against, it's no longer free market, right? So hopefully we are going to see some free market move later today. What is important, what I would like to also point out here is that based on what I get from the information from one of the news services, that General Electric with the warning, and that's gonna be important from other companies' perspective, the General Electric warning only about the Q1 results based on the coronavirus. They are not assuming it will spread out into the Q2. Man, come on. We are at the beginning of the March, so just few days away from the second quarter. So, congratulations, General Electric, right? Well, still, while we are waiting for the response to what is going on with the Canadian dollar, again, for me, I would like to buy a dip. Now it might be by the half of the retracement. We are trading 33.90, 34, 33.70 might be the case for me. Watching carefully eventually any kind of the pullback, because I have to switch, this type of the action right now. Anyway, if you remember Nasdaq, we were discussing, I'm waiting for a little bit higher levels related to the Monday high, right? So still, I think what kind of the price action we might get. This is some kind of the flag formation here, right? So I do believe we have some sellers going on the move to the break. I think we are going to see this type of the price action, right? So the early sellers are gonna be stopped out, and then this type of the price action. So still Monday high is what I'm looking for when it comes to the attempt to fade the US indices. All right. Also very interesting. As the comments are flooding when it comes to the news services, looks like ECB may try to put extraordinary measures next week when it comes to the meeting. Looks like the Bank of England could make unscheduled meeting and cut, so something similar Fed did yesterday, because when it comes to the Bank of England, the next meeting is the late March 26th. It's the last big central bank to have the rate decision, right? So it might be that it's unscheduled meeting, and we are going to see some kind of the cut. In the meantime, guys, what I've mentioned last time, the one side of the coin is of course what is going on with the central bankers. The second side of the coin, even with yesterday cut from the Fed, we have huge oversubscription when it comes to the Fed repo market, right? So very healthy market, even after the 50 basis point cut from the Fed side. Someone somewhere has right here, right now, huge liquidity problem. So even all the working printers inside the Fed's office are not enough right here to ensure that the liquidity is under control. It is not under control, guys. The volatility is higher. I'm expecting at some point, I'm not saying it's going to happen today, but at some point this week I do expect some kind of the weakness. I do expect the negative sentiment to come back. Volatility is extremely high, guys. Be very careful. Don't try to chase the market. There is no reason to try to chase the market at any point. That's the first thing first. And the second thing, especially if you are a young guy trading for a year or two or maybe three, and you don't know what's happened in 2008, just lower your exposure, right? Just try to trade a little bit smaller tickets, guys. If you of course survive the tornado from the last week. Anyway, looking to buy this USDcad on a retest of 33.70. Of course, I am aware of EEA and OPEC, but from the oil side, still safe. Even I've been trying to trade a little bit of the short oil yesterday. Don't forget, guys, you can find the link under the video, so you can monitor my trades live again. Just a reminder, I'm trading a few different strategies in the one account, so don't be confused. If you have any questions, as of course you can ask. But guys, whatever we are discussing, I'm trying to put onto the market. So trying to put the money where my mouth is. So that way, I think we can learn much more. I'm still sitting short euro dollar, and still expect, because of this expectations when it comes to the ECB of some kind of the move, I'm sitting euro dollar short. I'm looking to add on Riley's like towards 50, or I'm looking to sell after the breakdown, and that's what we discuss as well. So what I'm looking for is to break this low. That's the post Fed cut, right? So looking to break Riley continuation to the downside, where the psychological 110 might be tested again. Guys, it was my pleasure to make this update for you. If necessary, of course, towards the end of the session, I'm gonna be here again. Don't be trapped, guys. Don't be trapped. Lower your tickets and be safe. Have a good one, guys. Take care and goodbye.